Good morning, Mr. Sánchez and Julieta. We are students from the ULA University and we are coursing the subject of international relations in the Bachelor Program of International Business. First, we want to thank you for your time. I want to let you know that this interview is going to be recorded and is only for academic purposes. So let's start. The first question is, tell us about you. Like, what is your name? What did you study? In which university did you study? And where are you currently working or living in Ecuador?
So let's start with you.
Okay, I can start. My name is Julieta Muñoz. I studied environmental science and natural resource management at the University of Iceland. I did all my university studies in Iceland, not here in Ecuador, but I came back about 15 years ago. And currently I work at the Fundación Jocotoco.
Nice. And what about you, Manuel?
I did my master's on Edinburgh University on science communication and public engagement, but my undergrad is in ecology and tourism. And what I am just working here in Jocotoco Foundation, implementing the Key Biodiversity Areas project.
Great. So, could you give me the name again? In which NGO are you currently working?
It's a national NGO. How old is it? 25 years old.
Fundación Jocotoco.
It's Fundación Jocotoco. It's Jocotoco. Jocotoco. It's
Nice.
the name of a bird.
So, tell us a little bit about the organization. Like, what does your organization do?
Fundación Jocotoco was established in 1999, so more than 20 years ago. And the main purpose is to conserve threatened species and ecosystems. So the first reserve that was created is Tapichalaca in the south of Ecuador, where we have the endemic Anpita called Jocotoco. That's what gave the name to the foundation. And our purpose is to support the conservation of ecosystems and species that are endangered in Ecuador. And to do that, what we do is we establish nature reserves. And we also help other communities to manage their land. That's our main focus. We also support scientific research. So we collaborate with several institutions that come to do studies in our reserves. We also work with local communities and local governments. And in addition, we have a sister company called Joco Tours that manage all the visits to our reserves because they're open to the public. So you can come and visit, and your entry fee supports the conservation projects that we do there.
Great, that's fantastic. So, how long have you been working there?
I have been in Jocotoco for over 2 years, and I first started as an admin assistant, and now I work in project management. We have about 60 active projects. I work in 3 different programs: Galapagos, Chocó, and the Andes Napo. Yeah, and so I think I didn't mention that before, but we protect over 30,000 hectares all around Ecuador.
Great. Okay, what is the impact of your organization on the world?
I think I can answer that. Mostly the foundation works and tries to protect habitats and ecosystems that are mostly just in Ecuador. We share some of them with Colombia or Peru, but several of the ecosystem and species, not just birds, but also frogs, reptiles and trees and any other species that Jocotoco is trying to protect or working on the protection and conservation, it's endemic of the country. So if a species is endemic of the country, there is the main goal of the foundation is just protecting species that are unique for the world. So the project I am working on is a global project, but also it is focused to protect ecosystems and critical species in the country mainly. But that's the main goal of the foundation, is trying to protect which is unique for the world that also lives and survives here in Ecuador.
Nice, like preserve the ecosystem and the natural heritage of our country, kind of.
Yes.
Nice.
You know, when somebody's just can be found in some place in the world, that's how you support the world, trying to protect that thing that is unique.
Nice. So the final question is kind of similar, but what is the impact of your organization in Ecuador?
Depends on the level. For example, the level for conservation is quite high because the foundation has reserves that protect species that are not into the national system of protected areas. So that's one of the main ones. So the other one is just, as Julieta says, trying to work with the neighbors, communities, or landowners, or local governments to support local laws or the national laws to create or to support and protect protected areas in Ecuador and to support conservation and science. If you have any.
Yeah, and of course, we provide jobs for people in remote areas that would otherwise not find a job there. So many young people usually leave their communities because they cannot find a job. So we can employ them to work for us as park guards or parabiologists. And yeah, so that's also a way in which we support, we employ people.
Okay, so you employ the people who are living in the communities instead of
Yes.
living aside.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, all of our park guards are local people that they live in the neighboring communities. So yeah, they can find a good job without having to leave their town, because like I said, many of our reserves are located in very remote areas. They're fairly far from large cities. So that way they can stay there and have a good life in where they are.
They receive all the things that a worker needs, training. They become kind of the field assistants, or as Julieta says, parabiologists, so they can be working with the students from any part of the world or universities or from Ecuador, helping on research. They are, local people is quite good on field, doing research, finding things. So that's a good thing, They are not just having a job that can exploit them, but they are doing a job that helps a lot in conservation and research, and also they gain a lot of knowledge and training and so on.
Yeah,
Yes,
they can learn. Mm-hmm.
So I can see, so you cover both like employment satisfaction and the employability in a good
At
way.
least, I mean, not in a huge level, like have a massive syndicate of workers on conservation, but at least what the foundation can reach, and
Great. So that is everything. That's all about the interview. Again, I want to thank you for your time, Manuel and Julieta. And that's it. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for your time. Ya detuve la grabación. La verdad, muchas gracias por su tiempo. La verdad que esto me ayuda mucho para mis actividades académicas. Y eso. Ya le voy a conversar a la Dani por su ayuda. Muchas gracias.
Veo que no estás terminando de grabar. A mí me sale la lista que estás grabando, pero bueno, no importa. Hola, Dani. Eso nomás.
Ay, sí es cierto. Ahorita